Hey guys, it's Keisha, and today I am here with what I think is a pretty exciting video. I put in my first ever order with Book Outlet a couple weeks ago, and I finally got it in, so I decided to do my first ever unboxing video because I ordered about 30 books total, not just from the Book Outlet, and I have decided not to unhaul them all. So I decided to just go ahead and do the majority of the books that I ordered, which is from the Book Outlet as an unboxing, so that I can go ahead and just put all these books on my shelf and not have to save them all to unhaul and have this long video that's 30 books. So I think I ordered about 15-ish books from the Book Outlet, and I'm assuming they're all in here. So yeah, let's get started. I got this super heavy box, and I got my scissors. So let's get started. Ooh. So the first book that's in here is The Marbury Lens by Andrew Smith. I believe it was on Reagan's channel that this was one of her favorite underhyped books that I saw. So I saw it, and I really have no idea what this is about, but I just recognized the title, so I went ahead and bought it because I have impulse issues. So yeah. The next book in here is Beautiful Redemption. This is the last book in the Castor Chronicles series. This is one of the books that I talked about in my TBR for March that I wanted to finish the series, even though I hate the series, because I heard that the end of this book was really good. And I actually got Beautiful Chaos in earlier this month, so I now have no reason why I cannot finish the series, because I now own all of them. This is actually a really pretty. The next two books that I have here are Envy and Rumors, and these are the second two books in the Lux series, first book being Lux. And I believe I have read Lux years and years and years ago, so once again I'm trying to finish series. I may need to reread Lux, but now I have these two to go ahead and finish the series. And these two books are actually way thinner than Lux is. So that's pretty interesting. So maybe I can actually marathon these now. The next book that I have here is My True Love Gave to Me, and this is a collection of short stories by some of my favorite authors ever. Now this is a Christmas book, however it just came out this last holiday season, and I didn't buy it because it was kind of expensive, but I really wanted to read it. So now I own it, and I will be able to read it this holiday season, which I'm really. The next book I have is Mind Games by Kristen White, and from what I understand about the synopsis, this is about two sisters, one of which is blind, and the other one which kind of has like intuition senses, kind of psychic, and they go to a boarding school. That's about all that I grasped from the concept. I'm not really sure what this is about, but this cover really kind of grabbed me, and I've heard a few good things about this book here on BookTube, so I went ahead and just picked. This next book I'm really excited to have my hands on, and it is Landline by Rainbow Rowell. Look at this. This spine is just so gorgeous. This book is about a wife who is going through a rocky marriage, and she finds this landline telephone where she is able to talk to her husband from the past. And this is one of her adult novels, I believe. It's not one of her young adult novels, and I'm really excited to actually get into this because I kind of liked Eleanor and Park. I have not read Fangirl yet, but this book I think really sounds the best to me. All right, so it looks like the next book I have is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This is the first book in the Walking Chaos trilogy, and it is about a town where everyone can read everyone else's minds. I have heard that this is the best young adult trilogy of all time, so I'm really excited to get my hands on this and get this started. So the next book I have is Every Day by David Leviathan, and from what I understand from the synopsis is this soul, I'm not sure if it's a soul or if it's a person, but every day they wake up in a new body and they have to figure out who they are, whether they're a boy, whether they're a girl, and I just find that concept really interesting. I am really excited to find out more about this series because I've heard really good. This next book may actually be the book that I am most excited to read, and that is Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. From what I understand, this book is about a boy who wakes up on his birthday and decides that he is going to kill his best friend, and then he is going to kill himself. And it deals with bullying, and I really find that really interesting. I think that this may be a book that I need to emotionally prepare myself for before I read. But it's by Matthew Quick, who wrote the Silver Linings Playbook, which I actually also bought this month and need to read. So yeah, I think that I may have a new author that I need to jump into. So this next book is actually my favorite book. I actually read this on my Nook, and I believe in August, and then when I saw this copy on Book Outlet, I just had to have it because I do not actually own a physical copy of it, and that is The Spectacular Now by Tim Tharp. I absolutely adore this book. I know that a lot of people do not actually like it because it's kind of has a obscure ending. It's kind of different. It's kind of dry. But the one thing that I loved most about this book is I connect with Amy so much. It's about a girl named Amy who is kind of an outcast in school. She's kind of invisible. It's not that she's really bullied or she's just kind of, she's just invisible. And she meets Sutter, who is not the most popular boy in school, but he is kind of a legend in school. He's kind of a rebel. He drinks. He's kind of not going well in his life. And they meet, and they begin dating and fall in love. And antics ensue from there. I felt that this book was very refreshing. I thought that it was very real. It does not have maybe the best ending. It maybe doesn't have the best characters, but I feel like their characters are very realistic. And I feel for a young adult, that's something you don't really get. I feel like the romance in it is very realistic. It's not so... Yeah, okay, so this is not a book review. I may review this book because I do love this book very much, but I love this cover, so. The book that I have is Trial by Fire by Josephine Angelini. And this book, I am not sure if it is a parallel universe, but this girl named... But this follows this girl named Lily, and in the real world, she is basically kind of a wimp. She has really bad allergies that are life-threatening. And then she finds herself, and I believe it's a parallel universe, I may be wrong, where she is strong, she's a warrior type figure, and I find that very interesting. I really like to read about read about parallel universes, so I'm really kind of excited to get into this. That is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, and this is the second book in the Grisha trilogy. I have the first book, Shadow and Bone, on my Nook. I have not read it. I do plan on hopefully getting all of these in stock because I do love this cover and I love the typography. I think that that is gorgeous. This one's my favorite because it has these really beautiful blues and reds. I've heard really good things about this trilogy and I do plan on getting into it soon. The next book I have is Love and Other Perishable Items. And this book was honestly a complete and total impulse buy for me. I have never heard of this book before. I liked the cover of it and it was $1.49. So yeah. Second to last, I have The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I have heard a lot about this book. I am really interested in the Holocaust and I do plan on reading The Book Thief at some point because I know that is a World War II. It follows a Jewish girl. This actually follows a boy that is in a concentration camp. And I am really excited to actually get into this. It's a really short book, so it shouldn't take me long. But yes. So finally, this book is a book that I really wanted to read for Halloween last year. So it's probably one that I'm going to save for Halloween this year. And that is The Boy Who Drew Monsters by Kelly Donahue. And this follows a boy who almost drowned, had a near-life drowning. And since then, he has been terrified to leave his house. Until one day he decides to start drawing monsters. And those monsters start to come to life and his mother starts realizing it. She hires a priest to exorcise them. I think it sounds very interesting. I think it sounds very creepy and very dark, which is why I think it'd be perfect to read in October around Halloween. So yeah, the box is officially empty. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 18 books that I bought from Book Outlet. It is officially my favorite place to buy books ever. As you probably know, I buy a lot of books from thrift books, but those are used books. These are all brand new and pretty, and I'm loving them. So yes, these are definitely my new favorite place to buy books. I adore it. And so that's about it. I guess I will see you guys later. Bye.